Happy Wednesday. How's your Wednesday going? How's your day? How's your day? Hey, Megan. How's your day? What y'all got going on today? Hey, Keiston. Happy Wednesday. Girl, I saw some people Happy Tuesday earlier today, and they just was with it too. Like, Happy Tuesday. Like, maybe they didn't know it was Wednesday, but Happy Wednesday. Hey, Monica. What's the weather where y'all at? Because right now, it's 20 degrees where I am. What's the weather where you're located? What's the weather where you're at? Because it's literally 20 degrees. No, I'm not sending out the recording. If you purchased it, yes, but no, I'm not sending out the recording. And I'm not sure why you couldn't hear. We had about 128 people on, and they heard it, so I'm not sure why you couldn't hear. But if you purchased the recording, then yeah, you get the recording. But if you didn't purchase it, no. It's 30 degrees where you at? You must be in Chicago with me, girl. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Lamora. Lamora, is probably 70 where you at. Tiffany, you live in Cleveland. So what's the weather where you at, Tiffany? Megan, I know you are in Atlanta. Keiston, you are in Dallas. So what's the weather like where y'all live? Kimmy, the hair chemist. Oh, I like that, Kimmy. What's the weather where you at? Monica, is 44 degrees. Chilly yet sunny. I already know where Lamora at. It's 80 and sunny, okay? Oh, okay. True Bone Collector, you lying, because I'm in Chicago too, and it is not, it ain't 32. It was 17 this morning. So, baby, don't give us no extra numbers, okay? Cleveland, 28? Wow. K. Cole Real Estate. What's the weather where you at? It's 20 degrees. Dave, 2141. What's the weather where you at? I need some hot weather, but I can't go nowhere because I'm on a 12-week plan, so I can't go nowhere. But I'm just saying, I would really appreciate it if y'all tag me in y'all pictures while y'all outside living y'all best life. I would have. Kimmy, you is just real petty with that. I hate to ask him. 65. I will take that. Oh, okay. Tara the realtor. What's the weather where you at? Brittany, what's the weather where you at? Monica, what's the weather? I need to know what's the weather where you are located. Because it was 17 degrees this morning when I got in my car. I just feel like y'all are real petty. You know the temperature varies depending on how you... It totally... You are absolutely right. Scrubs Express. I'm waiting for Precious. She hasn't came yet. Message Precious and tell her to come in. I'm waiting for her. She hasn't came on yet. I appreciate you guys for coming. You know, I'm doing a series where I am interviewing my membership members for this month. Shh. Oh, I thought you was gonna send me a request. Super excited. Hey.
Hey, how was all the whole time?
I'm sorry, I didn't see you come in. 61. Oh, okay. So I'm going to interview Precious today. I am super excited for you guys to get to know her, what she do, why she do it, how she does it. So Precious, give me your elevator pitch and just tell them how great you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So my name is Precious Rutlin. I am a trichologist. For those that don't know, that's a hair and scalp specialist. And so I've been in the industry over 26 years. I've healed myself of traction alopecia, postpartum alopecia, as well as multiple other health conditions. And so I founded the company of Precious Rutlin Consulting, and we're an international online hair and wellness consulting firm. And so where we teach trichologists, stylists, beauty pros, as well as, the hair arena as a whole, how to look at the hair and be able to help their clients. And so I teach you the science of hair, and then I also go in and help you be able to identify what is going on, particularly with your client's hair, so that you could be able to solve their hair issues.
Okay, so let's get right into it then. What are some of the myths that people have about your industry? Because I know we talked before, and so I want you to really tell them what you told me before, the kind of the two misconceptions that people have about your industry. So tell them about that.
Yes. So one of the biggest misconceptions that they have is that thinking that a product is going to solve your hair issues and be the end all be all, meaning you can go grab this shampoo, you can get this serum, and that's going to help your hair to come back, whether it's going to stop it from thinning or help it to grow. And it's not. The products are there to help support or help to soothe the issues topically per se, but really what you need to be looking at is what is going on inside of your body. What is triggering your hair cycle to come out the growth phase, because our hair is always in the growth phase when we're healthy, and what is causing it to start to miniaturize or to shrink. So that's the first myth that I wanted to point out. And then one of the other things that's really been heavy on my heart, and so what I've been doing is trying to bridge this gap in this community, just amongst between, the consumer and the professionals, is that the consumer feels like, women feel like, okay, if I go to my stylist and she do my hair, like it's all her responsibility. And if something goes wrong with my hair, then it's the stylist's fault or it's my hairdresser's fault, and that's not the case. Meaning, like, once you come to the hairdresser, like, we do what we can. We put your hair the way that it's supposed to be, the way that you like it. But it's like ultimately your responsibility when you leave out that chair, when you go home, to keep up, the maintenance and the styling and doing what you need to do in between your salon visits and then when you come back. And so there's been a lot of controversy going on right now, as far as the consumers like getting really pissed with the stylists, and now stylists are having these things going on where you got to come with your whole hair shampooed and dried before you get styled. So it's just a lot going on right now. And so I'm wanting to come in and educate the professionals to let them know, like, hey, we can't do that, but at the same time we got to keep this trust with our clients and still educate the consumer, which is the client, and let them know, like, hey, we need you to be doing your part as well. So but those are like two of the biggest misconceptions that come to mind right now. So I was like, I got to talk about this.
Yeah, and I really do like that though, because a lot of times we do think like it's the stylist's job to make
Yeah.
our hair grow and to do, you know what I'm saying, all of the magic. But what you said before when I talked to you was that it's internal, right? And so that's one
Yeah.
of the what are one of the things that you want to set the record straight on of what we need to know? Because I know that you told me that hair comes from internal, not external. So the product can help on the surface, but we have to figure out what's going on inside. And to tell them what you told me about how you might be taking stuff, but it might be going to another organ and not be going to the hair. Like, I thought it was so interesting when you told me about that.
Yes, so absolutely. So what Bianca is referring to is that I was explaining to her is that you could be having hair loss, hair issues, anything with your scalp. It could be going on for a number of reasons. And so it could be coming from systemically, meaning that there's something internal going on, meaning your nervous system, or something's going on with your organs, but for whatever reason it's causing a balance. And so now it's the side effect or the symptom that you're seeing visibly is that, okay, my hair is coming out. The second biggest thing is, okay, now you have a nutritional deficiency going on. So your body don't have the minerals and the vitamins that it needs to sustain itself. And because you don't have the vitamins to sustain itself, the vitamins are being pulled like from your hair. Like it's like your body, um let me put it this way. So your body is going to do whatever it needs to do to survive. Like you can live without your hair. You tell me where you've heard of someone dying because they lost their hair. You've never heard of that. And so like although our hair is our identity and we identify it, you won't die because you don't have hair. Hair is just a barometer of health. So that's how I really got good at looking at people, because I could tell, okay, if her hair and skin is kind of good, okay, I could tell what kind of health that she's in. Or if you, on the flip side, your hair, is thinning in the front, you probably got something going on in the crown, scalp flaking. I'm like, okay, well, she got a little bit of imbalance going on. And so you could be having nutritional deficiencies for a number of reasons. You can take all the biotin that you want, all the B12, vitamin D, whatever you think, from going on YouTube and Google, because Precious said it, or, Tanisha taking it. You can do all that you want, but if your body can't absorb these vitamins, then you're just wasting your time, because the vitamins are going to go to whatever organ, whatever is needed, whatever your body is lacking, like the vital organ that you need. If your heart, you know what I'm saying, you got high blood pressure, or you constantly anxiety, or, because if you consciously anxiety, that means that tells me that your adrenals is low and that it's just shot. So you running on cortisol, you don't have what you need to function. Those vitamins and minerals is going there to keep you alive. And so you won't see the growth in your hair. Then you could also have something going on hormonally. I mean, this is huge. You could have PCOS, heavy bleeding, heavy menstrual. If you're a heavy bleeder, to me, that's okay. Precious is losing a lot of iron every month. Okay, so we got to work on keeping her iron, keeping her blood count up. So, you know what I'm saying? So she could be able to sustain. And so you start to see the hair loss because, okay, you don't have enough blood. If you don't have enough blood count in your system, you don't have the oxygen that your hair needs, that the hair follicle needs to help push that hair out the follicle for it to grow. So, I mean, it's very deep. There's a number of reasons of why you're having hair loss. And that's what I was trying to get just women in general to understand. But because the topic of hair loss is so sensitive, this is why I flipped my business model, and I'm going to start working with the beauty pros, hairstylists, and trichologists, and teach them this, so that way they can go ahead and teach the client. And I'm still getting my message out, because now I'm helping those that are directly, helping the women that they already comfortable with. They already have that bond with her. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, okay, so that was a lot. Okay, so let me break it down, like, because it's true, if we're so busy trying to help the hair on the surface and it's not doing what it's supposed to do, we don't think like it's something internal that's not working, but the hair loss is something that is going on internal that is causing us to be able to lose the hair.
And I found that out because, like I mentioned, like I lost hair myself. I lost hair with traction alopecia. Traction alopecia is like, okay, I'm young, I can get it to grow back. I'm a stylist, I know what to do. But baby, when I lost that hair after having my second baby, and I lost that hairline and the patch in the front, I was like, nah, it's more to this than just hairstyle, because I wasn't even doing nothing drastically with my hair. So that is what made me begin to study the hair and the scalp, and then go a next step further and tap into, okay, what do I need to be looking at internally going on? So that's how I end up going down the whole holistic path. I wouldn't say medicine, I don't want to throw that, but the holistic way of what is going on internally with the body.
Okay, so what is something that we can do right now to get our hair to grow? Like just one thing to get it to grow that we can do. Well, one thing.
One of my biggest thing, and y'all probably gonna poo-poo on it, but I would just say, if you can't do nothing else but just drink more water. Like, you wouldn't believe how many consultations I do, just like the complimentary sessions, and I get to talking to women. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me a little bit about, what's going on at home, what's your day like, what you eating. We can just start little small things. And I'm like, okay, well, where's the water? And they're like, I can't stand water. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, your body is 75% water. I'm like, look at you. Your skin is dehydrated. Your hair is dehydrated. That's why you have the itchy scalp. I'm like, drink more water. I'm like, I know you hooked on the Starbucks and the coffee and the teas. And not saying that you can't have it, because you can, but you got to prioritize. You're going to probably have to cut back on some of those and increase the water. And I promise you, you're going to notice the difference in your skin, your body, to cut down on some of those UTIs you're always getting, the candida. Like, it'll cut down on a lot of that stuff. Like, just starting small and just drinking more water.
Okay, but what about the women though who know that they have a problem but they are embarrassed to talk about it? What are some of those steps? Because us as Black women, our hair is our
Yeah.
identity. Like, hair is a major thing. Okay, so what about the women who are embarrassed about their hair loss and they're wearing all of the wigs and braids to hide it, and they really just are embarrassed to even get that fixed? Like, what are some of the things that they can do besides drinking the water? What are some things that they can do at home to kind of help
Yep.
them to get more confident to even be able to take it off, to show somebody like, this is what I need help with?
Yes. Okay. So absolutely. So I'm glad you brought that up. So being at home, if you know you have a hair problem, so number one, stop doing what you were doing in the first place to get your hair there. So if you was doing the braids, the tight weaves, you done did the sew-ins, you got to stop that now, because now your hair is at a critical point where it's so fragile. It's breaking off. It just can't hold. So that's too much tension on your hair. So that's the first thing that you can do. Second thing is, if you have any chemicals, any coloring, anything that you're doing, you're going to have to stop that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, you're going to have to stop it for like at least 6 months to a year in order for your hair to get back in shape. As I mentioned earlier about nutrition, like, you could start with the small things. How your body reacts. You probably got digestive issues right now, and you can't have milk, or you can't break down the bread, or you always constipated. Stuff like that. You can start doing different things right now at home, cutting down on some of that meat, dairy, and the sugar, and opting out and putting in more vegetables on your plate. And when I'm talking about vegetables, I'm not talking about like this just broccoli and carrots. Like, you really got to eat like your greens, dark leafy greens, and start putting nutrition back into your body, and to help to flush that out. So that's like 3 things that you can do right now. Another thing that you can do, okay, so I understand, like, you're wearing the wigs, and that's cool. So, make sure that, the wig isn't, too tight, or it isn't always rubbing against your hairline, because now that's continually to rub down, and take away the hair follicles. So whatever style that you decide to rock, be confident in that, because you're still beautiful, and you still want to maintain the integrity of your hair. And then, like Bianca mentioned, once you feel like you're able to go and at least just show someone that you're having the issues with your hair and scalp, then you can say, okay, this is what I started doing. What else can we add into this regimen, and start working from there? And believe me, people will help you. They'll help you.
Okay, so what about the women that can't come to you? What are some of the things that they can purchase from you so that you can help them? Like, I know that you have digital products and things of that nature if they can't physically come to you, but you do virtual consultations too. So talk about that.
Yes. Okay. So absolutely. So if you're not able to get into your stylist, or you don't have anyone in your area that really specializes in the study of, the hair and scalp, and you just need to talk to someone, I do offer complimentary virtual hair and scalp evaluations. It's just 15 minutes, and we can just hop on a call, and talk about, what your particular situation is, and what you've been going through. Now, what I have noticed is that some women just don't have the money to really invest in a full-blown hair program per se to restore their hair. And so what I've done was create digital products as well to help you to still be able to manage and take care of your hair until you can, be able to invest in a program. One of the things that I have right now is if you go to my website and download is a webinar training that I've done, and it's particularly on alopecia, and it's just explaining to you, understanding what is going on with the hair and scalp. So in that webinar training, I'm teaching you what a normal scalp looks like, and then I've given 3 other common scalp conditions so you can kind of get an understanding, because some women have already been to the dermatologist and they pissed off. They don't like, what was told to them, or they feel like the derm may not even have helped them. And so I'm trying to educate and bring that awareness. Okay, so this is what your dermatologist told you, and this is what's going on inside the scalp. And then so based from that information, if you want to proceed and go further and know what your next options are, then I can direct and guide you on what you need to do.
Okay, so let's take some questions and see who has some
Okay.
questions. How can you diagnose virtually? That's one of the questions. And what are some foods to add to my diet for moisturizing hair?
Okay, so from a virtual standpoint, that's going to be limited. So meaning that although I won't be able to put the trichoscope on your scalp, so the trichoscope is the magnifier to help look and see exactly, get a closer look at what's going on the scalp versus what I can see, what you and I can see physically. But what you can do is, submit pictures of your hair. And then, of course, as we're doing a virtual consultation, I'll have you doing certain things to look at your hair and scalp, and then we'll go from there. But if you follow the instructions and take really good pictures of the area of your scalp, I can gauge, or whoever you're talking to during a virtual consultation, they should be able to gauge and say, okay, this is the type of hair loss that you're going through. And then they can be able to take you down some steps that you need to go. As far as foods for moisturizing the hair, I wouldn't per se that it's foods per moisturizer. I mean, I would just say that it's going to be what I mentioned to you earlier. Like, even if you can just start getting those vegetables back into your system, avocados, eating avocados, they're good, and the healthy fat that you need is also going to help your intestines, help with constipation, help to move that stuff through your system. Definitely, I'm a really big person on green vegetables, collard greens, turnip greens, kale. Like, get those type of stuff in your system. I'm like, yeah, salads are okay, like lettuce is okay, but it really doesn't give you the nutrients that you need, the vitamin A, the C, the E, the potassium, like those dark leafy green vegetables are.
Okay. Let's see if we have any more questions for Precious. I just want to thank you for coming, because you gave me a whole hair dissertation, okay? And I didn't even know half of the stuff that you were saying, but I think that a lot of us are just ignorant if we don't use it. We don't need it. Like, that's not
Yeah.
a problem that I have. So I'm not as educated as I guess I should be about things that
Mm-hmm.
don't really, but I like the fact that I know enough to be
Yeah.
able to, tell somebody what they need to do, because it's not my area of genius. But I like that you gave me the information that I need. So what is her process to help someone with alopecia? Is it just a consult and direction, or products to be used?
Absolutely. So based on what you need, yeah, so it'll be a consult first and then direction on what you need, and then we'll get into the products. So that's one of the things. I'm not really big into pushing products because, like I said, I can give you all the products in the world and tell you what to go take, but that's still not going to solve what's going on inside your body or to help to minimize that. So I'm not looking to put a band-aid on your situation. Like, I'm coming in like, no, we gonna heal this body.
They said, if I wanted to create a product, can I work with you to get the key ingredients needed to include in the product?
So absolutely. So I personally don't have the key ingredients that you said, but I do know someone, I do have a resource that I can share with you, and she can guide you and tell you, what you're trying to formulate and help. Because I just went through that myself because I want to create my own product.
Okay, excellent information, ladies. Self-care in the area of relaxation is also important. Eliminating stress is also a critical part of
Hmm.
restoration.
Absolutely.
I love how you bridge the gap between the stylist and the dermatologist. Yeah, like what? That's my last question. What got you to thinking about going to the stylist to educate them so that they can educate their people? Because I know before it was you wanting to do it, but what gave you the idea to really just go to them and let them educate them?
Y'all gonna make me cry.
What?
um, so what came about that? Y'all, girl, you done hit a hot button. So no, so I was like, y'all, I've been at this for 7 years. So it's not just like I came on the block with this. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was getting frustrated because like I wasn't still finding my woman that I wanted, like my ideal client. Like I was getting women, but they want the shortcut. Like they don't want to do what it really takes to really heal their body. And so I was did a lot of crying and just soul searching. And so recently, I'm talking about just recently, I'm talking about like past Thanksgiving week. Like I just had a come to Jesus moment and I'm like, look, you've equipped me with all this knowledge and I know that I can help women. And like, yeah, I kid you not, like I took Bianca's strategic planning session and like I was just in constant prayer and out of that session, y'all, came was like Precious, you already inside of the you got your connections there. You know a lot of styles. You know a lot of people. People are all the stylists. They're the ones coming to me. They always want to connect or they always want to, do a collab. So why don't you just teach them your information because they already know my lingo. They already they're interested. Like they want to learn about healthy hair. They have these clients and they have to turn these clients away because they don't know how to serve them. And so I was like, well, I can help them. I can help somebody else continue to be in business and keep their doors open and learn how to retain their clients because now they got some knowledge under their belt because I've been where that stylist is. So I was like, well, let me pour into somebody that want what I got. And so I'm still serving the client, which is ultimately what I wanted to do, but now I'm also serving my counterpart because it's like even though the hair game is competitive and there's so many people out there, but there's a lot of women that want to work together. So I'm connecting with whoever want to connect with me and y'all want to be out here on this mission with me and help save these follicles and help these women get their hair back, then that's who I'm connecting with. Who down for me, I'm down for you. So that's how I ended up getting on that.
But I think that's just a really like so many women say they about collaboration and really helping another woman, but they really not. I think that's all just pure bullshit and social media talk. Like I want to help and empower these women, and I want to like, but that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I meet a whole bunch of them. That's not the case. And so for you to really be like, you know what? Like I really want to give my area of expertise to these stylists because I know where they work. And so let me just, and they have the money. So that's the
Yes.
thing too. They
Yep.
already have the money already, and they already have the clients. So if you feed them, then they can feed them enough. And so now you already have somebody who has told these people about you, and now they trust you like you know you. So it's an easy way for them to come in. So you getting the first person, the middleman, and then having the person already come back already. But it takes it take like I promise you, it takes that when you just feel like, what the fuck am I doing
I,
wrong? Like
yes, yes. That's exactly how I felt.
what am I doing? Like I am smart. That be me like I am smart. Like I don't understand why I'm so smart and the shit is not clicking, but it's really when you are just about to throw in a towel and be like, you know what, man, fuck this. Maybe this not for me. Like
Exactly.
I could be doing something else with my time. I'm trying to help these people. These people don't want it. I'ma just go who want it, and you find it click like these women already coming to me, and they've been trying to give you some money. They've been trying to get this relationship, but you so busy trying to help the other people that don't want to fucking be helped. But the people that want you, you like, nah. But you trying to help them. And so I like the angle of, let me help those that want to be helped, and along the way, the other women will come. Right? And so I think it's a brilliant idea. I like how you but it don't come till you get that tired. And it is so fucked up that you got to be ready to give up for it to come. But I promise you, that's where God be really meeting you, when you just be silent and you just be at the bottom. Woo, you got me down. But I'm happy for you. I am happy for you.
Thank
Let me
you.
see. Been there, done that, give 2 years, that'd be me. They only want your knowledge to come up. Yeah, okay, and so that's the thing too, right? You come from a given place to, you be the one that's about the empowerment, about helping to win and getting to go there. They act like they want it just to get the information, but they don't really want it. Baby, I'm trying to tell you, the opportunists, that's a whole nother story within itself. This Precious interview, not the Bianca show. This is about Precious, okay? But I really think that, now that you understand how to bridge that gap, and your message is very clear, like, I can help you, the consumer, but it's really that business to business relationship that you have developed. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that that is really going to, because we do trust our stylists, because that's what we have every day. And some think that they cheating on their stylist because they're trying to go to somebody else. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, she don't even do what I do, so how I'm cheating on her because I'm trying to get some more information. But it definitely bridges the gap, between that. So I am excited for you. Tell the people what you got going on. Sell all your stuff. Tell them what to buy, where to go, where to click. Sell all your shit. Tell them.
Yeah, so absolutely. So if you guys can just do that one thing, go to my page, Hairtopia Hub. If you click on that link, it'll take you. I just want you guys to download that webinar training. It's called Alopecia: Understanding What Is Going On Between the Hair and the Scalp. If you guys can just go download that, give me feedback on the training, you know what I'm saying? Give me some testimonies. Let me know if that helped you. That will be a biggest, because what I'm looking to do is just get the word out there. And so, like I said, that's a freebie for you all. And then from there, we can decide which direction to go. And like she mentioned earlier, I got several digital products, like 13 products. So if you know what I'm saying, I got something to meet your need, whatever it is. If you service isn't what you're needing right now, I do have products for you.
Okay, and so make sure that Precious is in membership. And so, I am interviewing all of my people who are in my membership program, and we have been rocking together for an entire year. So Precious is in membership. And so I want you guys to join us in membership. And where do they leave the testimonial? Megan said, where she leave it at?
Oh, yes, please leave it on my Facebook business page. So Precious Rutlin Consulting, you can leave it there on the Facebook business page.
Tondalea, you say you want to get your hair color, but you don't want to cheat on your stylist. My stylist didn't, my loctician didn't color my hair. So, whatever. I'm all about going for who do it, okay? I'm not cheating. You don't even do this. You don't even do this. Let's see if we have any last minute questions. Because I really thank you for coming today. Because hair is a sensitive subject,
It is.
You don't even know how sensitive it is until you start to really talk about hair. Like, it's a sensitive subject. Like, it is. Like, I got into it with my mama girl about hair. Like, don't call my daughter hair nappy. Like, she like, oh, I should, like, just because you was taught to hate your hair, don't talk about my baby. She love her curls. Like, she out here, like, but older generation was taught that that's not it don't look clean.
True.
You don't look put together. It look nappy. Whole time she love her hair. We out here.
Yeah, that's what they told me. Like my parents used to tell me, if a woman wear braids or locks, that means she nasty and she don't take care of herself. Like, I had to go through all of that, but I had to outgrow that. But yeah, that's how the older generation thinks.
All from hair. You got them all like she dirty, she nasty.
And if you had long nails, that was the same thing. They said she don't wash her ass. How she wash her ass? And said she was nasty. Yeah, I heard it all.
Like, that's the right, and you grow up believing that whole time that ain't even true.
Right.
Like,
right.
But it's been passed down from generation to generation,
Yep.
so it has to be true. Like, if that's what my mom said, it has to be true. But yeah, I was never allowed to cut or color. Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. Like, this girl. Okay,
Yeah.
so Precious, close the people out. Tell them what your mission is for 2022. Tell them what your mission is.
Yes. So my mission for 2022 is that I'm on the lookout for emerging stylists. I'm looking to help educate 5,000 emerging beauty pros, hairstylists, trichologists with the science of hair and give them the tools that they need to identify and to resolve their clients' hair issues. So if you know someone that is interested in doing this, or perhaps it's yourself, please connect with me. We have a community going on Instagram. We're the Hairtopia Hub, and then we also have a private Facebook group, Hairtopia Hub. So you could come over there, get these nuggets and tips so I can teach you how to grow your business if you're trying to, start your own hair clinic, or you just need the knowledge again so you can be able to stay in business. Come over there and I can start helping you and showing you the way.
Well, that's on that. I want to thank you guys for coming today, and thank you, Precious, for taking time out of your day to come and
Thank you, guys.
with us. Make sure that you're watching this on a replay to share it. Please reach out to Precious if you want to join membership, which you should. Just message me.
Yes. Join membership, guys.
Us. And we will be back here tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye, guys.